And ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to beautiful Branch Rickey Park for the 70th annual Del Rice Championship. 9 teams, over 100 players has all come down to this here in a beautiful August 2nd matchup between the TCC Bombs and the Spider Monkeys. Coming into this season, the Spider Monkeys fell short in the championship last year. Many of these same players returning for the second year in a row, and they have steamrolled their way through this season, only dropping one early season game all the way until now. On the other side, the Bombs coming out as the 3 seed from the other side of the bracket were able to come away with a big win on Wednesday over last year's champions, Glockner. So I'm your play-by-play commentator, Gavin Race, joined here with Malachi Rosell. Malachi, are you excited for what we got going on today?
I'm very excited for what's going on here, Gavin. You know, being a part of the league for 2 years and then going to play travel ball, you can see the big difference here. I mean, these guys, they're obviously either out of high school. You know, you got George Arnett on the mound for the Spider Monkeys, who was an amazing college pitcher, and he's just going to do an exceptional job today. An insane breaking ball, and he's got good velocity as well.
Yeah, left to right, let's go over the defense. Out there in left field is Chris Queen, graduate of Valley High School. Boone Gibson, man center field, and Ethan Gibson in right. Caleb Seals will be down at the hot corner at third base. Jonah Gibson at short. Ian Swisher will play second base. Landon Jones, another Valley grad, over at first base. And the battery of today's game is number 77, Brian White behind the dish, and George Arnett on the hill. On the season, he is rocking a 1.65 ERA in 17 innings pitched. Has only allowed 4 earned runs throughout the year. And with the first pitch, it's going to be skipped in just short, 58-footer, and we are underway here at Branch Rickey.
This is going to be a great matchup. I'm really excited for this, Gavin.
So an honorary leadoff hitter for the Bombs first for TCC. Bob will be leading us off. He's the honorary leadoff batter for most of these Del Rice championships, as Arnett fires in strike one, and the count is 1-1.
Yeah, Bob's been a big part of this league, and he runs the field over at Schultz Creek Ballpark. He just does an exceptional job.
Arnett fires in strike 2, and quickly ahead, 1-2.
Going with that early heat, seeing if Bob can catch up to it.
Arnett rocking usually a 3-pitch mix with a deadly slider to play off that fastball.
And he uses that deadly slider for strike 3.
So he strikes out the honorary leadoff hitter, and there's one away for the Bombs.
Now up to the plate, number 10, the catcher, Tanner Richards. Richards graduated from Clay High School and was an integral part of Clay's back-to-back district championship appearances in 2017 and 2018 for the baseball team, also being behind the plate.
Arnett back at it on the hill. Fires one past the Bombs' official leadoff hitter for strike 1.
Richards getting back in the box. Arnett fires the 0-1.
And a
nasty
filthy
breaking ball for an 0-2.
Able to drop that in the back door.
You know, as a pitcher myself, you love to see those hanging backdoor sliders that no one can seem to catch up to. As that one is outside by Arnett, it is now 1-2.
Yeah, 1-2 count here. Arnett once again ahead in the count early.
You know, as a pitcher, you would always like to hunt out. So you always got to just throw strikes in there, and that's another fastball by him. There's 2 away early.
George Arnett back-to-back strikeouts to start this game. And I'll bring up the shortstop, Drew Evans. That'll bring up Caleb Nichols, the left fielder, rocking number 3 today.
Nichols has subbed in for a couple of games. He has done exceptionally well in those games. Arnett looking to get a quick out here to try and get his team back in the dugout for inning number 1. Filthy breaking ball.
Catches the edge, strike 1. Arnett pitched 2 innings on Tuesday to close out the semifinal game for the Spider Monkeys. And they were able to come away with a semifinal win to earn this championship appearance. That one's fired in.
Nasty 2-seam break right there by Arnett. And an early 0-2.
Here's the pitch, and swing and a miss. That is going to be strike 2. It was a 1-2 count. I think that 2-seam, he called it just in off the edge.
Okay. Now a 1-2. Arnett has had the advantage in a 1-2 count every single batter, and it looks like Nichols is no different. The 1-2.
That rocks and deals in the dirt.
Just low right there. You know, right there when you're in a 1-2 count, you always want to have that chase pitch. That's what we call it. When you're up early in the count, you'd always like to have a chase pitch. You don't want to throw your best and most accurate pitch in a benefited count.
Arnett rocks and deals. Fired in there. Strike 3 looking.
Drop third strike, and he tags him, and Nichols will go down looking. Arnett with a clean 1-2-3 innings, striking out the side. And now we will go to the bottom of the first as the TCC Bombs go scoreless.
We'll be right back here on RCSN.
And welcome back to the 70th anniversary Del Rise Championship baseball game as the TCC Bombs take the field, represented by the Counseling Center here in Portsmouth, Ohio. Taking the mound for the TCC Bombs is going to be Carl Bradley. Yes, the same guy, Mason Bradley. That is his son. He was a big integral part of the Final Four run for the Midford Falcons back in 2024. And honestly, Carl Bradley's no different, if not better. He's got a nasty slider and has a good fastball and also a nice curveball and changeup combination in there as well. He's got 4-pitch mix, and he's been the ace for the Bombs all year long and since he's joined the league 2 years ago.
Yeah, he fires it in from the right side. I believe he pitched in the last matchup between these two teams, and both times between these two teams it's been low-scoring affairs. And I think on a bigger field here at Branch Rickey compared to the fields they've been playing on this year, yes. I don't expect it to be much different. But you never know. This Spider Monkeys lineup has the ability to get hot, and Arnett, who just pitched on the hill, will be the leadoff hitter for the Spider Monkeys, and he will be followed up by Brian White and Chris Queen at the top of this order. White, who will be hitting second in this inning, has hit the only home run for the Spider Monkeys all season. And that came on a early season matchup where they ended up winning that game 6-2.
The Spider Monkeys offense is very explosive, only losing one game, and they have gone on to win 11 straight since then, losing to the defending champions Glockner in a very close matchup. But ever since then, they have just been hotter than the right side of an iron.
So Arnett, the one to lead it off, he looks like the final warm-up pitch we fired in here. Arnett on the season, currently sitting at a 10-for-33 clip. Also within there, he's drawn a couple free passes, picked up a stolen base, 3 doubles, and a triple to go along with that.
You know, going up against Arnett in this league, it definitely wasn't easy. I remember pitching to him. He is definitely not an easy out. He can hit the ball to all fields, and he's also very athletic. He's still got that speed on him. He's really a 5-tool player that can really do it all, as Bradley fires in 0-0.
That's going to miss outside, and we are underway here in the bottom half, 0-1, or 1-0.
Bradley will take the hill once again here. The 1-0 advantage by Arnett, the pitch. And that one popped up right back almost behind us, and it is now 1-1. Change up right there. Got it a little bit early, and Arnett just couldn't really catch up to it.
Yeah, Arnett on the year rocking a 24% walk rate to only a 6% strikeout rate. Obviously, shorter season than most baseball seasons, so those numbers can be a little bit inflated, but
yes. But you also want a guy that puts the ball in play, and as Arnett drives one into left center field, that is going to get over the head of, I believe that is going to be in left field, and that is a stand-up double for Arnett very easily, and the Spider Monkeys have the first hit of the game.
George Arnett rocks one into the gap, and he's able to pick up the first hit of the game between both teams, a leadoff double for the Spider Monkeys.
Yeah, Caleb Nichols just could not get to that in time. That was a barreled-up ball, and now you got the very dangerous Brian White up to the plate.
Yeah, Brian White, he hit a home run earlier in the season. Was able to rock one just over the left field wall over at the field on the east side of Portsmouth. First pitch is going to miss just inside. Ball 1. Along with that home run, Arnett has picked up a double. Only 4 for 8 on the year. He does live out of area, but is good friends with many of the players on this team, so He's able to make it to games when he can. That one misses low. It's 2-0.
You know, a guy like White, he's got light tower power. That's what we like to say. A guy that can just put the ball in play, and if he puts it in play, it's going to be a really tough out for anybody.
Yeah, he likes to elevate the ball. He doesn't like to see the ball hit on the ground much. That's going to be passing for strike one.
2-1 count. Still in the advantage of White here. You got to have a good approach, as Bradley will take the hill once again. Arnett leading off of second a little bit. Bradley.
That's going to be just down, maybe a little bit inside as well. 3-1.
Yeah. Looks like Bradley's having trouble keeping it just in the middle part of the plate. He's left it low a couple of times in this at-bat.
Infield shifted slightly to the left, and Brian White on 5 pitches will walk back-to-back reach for the ever-dangerous Chris Queen.
Chris Queen was an integral part of that Final Four run for Valley in 2021. He could do it all. He was hitting well. He was a great relief pitcher for him as well in his 15 innings.
Looks like we're going to have a little discussion. It looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner for the catcher here. White will come off. Kate Walters over to run it first. Queen on the season hitting a blistering 571 with a 714 slug on the year.
You cannot do much better than that.
Yeah, 16 for 32, or 16 for 28 on the year. Drew 4 walks along the way, and that one's going to be over in the other batter's box. 1-0.
Yeah, Richards had a hard time receiving that ball. They were trying to set it up on the inner heart of the plate, and Bradley just misses on the outside.
Struggling with command here early.
You don't want, against a team like this that is capable of hitting the ball as well, you do not want this to happen. If you lose command on the mound, you're not going to give your guys a chance on defense. As that one is hammered into center field, and that's going to be down for a base hit.
Queen picks up the hit. Here comes Arnett firing around third. It's cut off, and Arnett will be in standing.
Miscommunication right there. That, as Richards should have called him off. I don't know if Bradley heard him or not. Richards had an easy out there at home. Arnett did not know what to do. He was very hesitant on the throw home. Great throw in center field by Nathan Heath, though.
An RBI single by Chris Queen. He picks up his 8th RBI on the year. And now right in behind him is Caleb Seals.
Another guy you can't – he's in the cleanup spot for a reason. You don't want to mess around with this guy. As that's going to be a pass ball.
In. Catcher quickly back on it.
And
Tanner Richards tried to corral it as quick as possible, wasn't able to cleanly come away with it, and Walters and Queen will take the free base.
just more free bases, just a lot of mistakes right now. Instead of getting that out at home, now you're in a pickle here with no outs and guys in scoring position.
1-0 count. Seals at the high and inside fastball, swings straight through it. 1-1.
Good location there by Bradley. That's what you want. You want to try and tie him up inside here, get a quick out.
Ethan Gibson stands in the on-deck circle, fires it into Seals, and he's going to nub one the other way to the first baseman. Steps on first, fires home.
And he's going to be safe.
Walters in under the tag. He is safe. So an RBI ground out to the first baseman, and it is 2-0 early, way of the Spider Monkeys.
That's what you call a productive out right there. If that was hit over to third base, that's going to be a really tough play for them. And if you put it backside, you're most likely going to have a chance to score a run. That's exactly what happened there. Now Ethan Gibson, the right fielder, up to the plate. Let's see what he can do here.
Caleb Seals picks up his 5th RBI on the season on that ground out. And now Queen over at third, only one away here in the first.
You just got to take outs when you get them. Honestly, this is not the start that you want if you're the Bombs, but you just got to keep playing consistent and get these outs. As Gibson fouls off a high fastball for strike one.
Fouls it off. Gibson, one of the few left-handed hitters. I believe only one of two between him and Landon Jones, the first baseman, who's currently in the hole.
Back-to-back lefties right here. This is what you want if you're a left-handed hitter going up against a righty. You never want a left-on-left.
Here's the pitch into Gibson. He's going to get a nice piece of that. Diving is the shortstop.
It's going to be a stand-up single for Ethan Gibson. You know, just little balls like that, just putting them in places where the fielders aren't, because you don't got the quickest guy over there at shortstop. No offense to Drew Evans, but when you got Ethan Gibson running as hard as he can, you know, he's going to be able to beat it out and make something happen.
Yeah, Evans did a good job to get down on that and just keep it in the infield, but Queen is able to come across and score. Now the older brother of Ethan Gibson, Jonah Gibson, will step in.
Bradley fires, and that is going to be a pass ball on Richards, and that is a stand-up. for Ethan Gibson over at second.
So Gibson, Jonah, we're going to have to start. We got 3 Gibsons on the roster.
We do have a lot of Gibsons.
There's 3 in the lineup, Ethan, Jonah, and Boone.
Ethan Gibson on second base.
Jonah Gibson settles back in. The 1-0 pitch. He's going to slice that down the line, and it's just going to head foul 1-1.
There's a lot of room on that right field side. If you just put it in right field, you're most likely going to have a chance to get a base knock here.
Only one retired on the RBI ground out by Seals.
You just got to take outs here.
Yeah, another.
You're already down in a hole. You just got to take outs when you get them.
Able to string a couple hits together, trying to keep this momentum rolling.
The pitch from Bradley, breaking ball just a bit high.
Yeah, it looked like it got out of his hand a little early. Wasn't able to fully snap that one off and try and get a chase on it.
Yeah.
Good discipline by Gibson to not go up there and chase that.
Bradley's command is not the best. He's been able to lock in since that walk, but as that is a hung breaking ball and that is sliced up the middle, second base is going to have a hard time playing it, and it's another infield single for the Spider Monkeys.
Yeah, you're noticing the Bombs, they're shifting a little bit more and more, trying to play to what the hitter is showing. And it's come back to bite them a few times. You saw Gibson, the lefty, he was able to sneak one into that open space left by the shortstop.
Now in the batter's box is going to be Landon Jones. He is the first baseman today, as that is a called strike 1 on Jones. Bradley off to a good start. That is the first time in the last couple of batters that he has had a strike on the first pitch. Bradley here in a first and third situation fires it in. Runner goes, and he will be safe at second.
Yeah, first and third situation, he's able to just take the free base. You don't want to risk throwing it down there and seeing, especially with one out, they're willing to kind of take that outlet at second if they're able to get a fourth run across here.
Most definitely. As Jones steps back in the box, Bradley being ready to fire. The 1-1 breaking ball misses on the left side of the plate.
Still just not able to consistently find the zone here. And great patience by the Spider Monkeys to not go out chasing, because it can get really tempting to be patient up when you have to be patient up there.
It is really hard to consistently try and throw your breaking ball when you're not throwing it for a strike, because you just don't have that same confidence. But his two-seamer is very much working, as that is going to be strike 3, it looks like.
Yeah. It was just a fastball inside part of the plate. Jones swung straight through it, wasn't able to get good one on it. And that'll bring up Braden McGuire now.
McGuire DHing for the second baseman, Ian Swisher.
McGuire, graduate of River Valley High School.
All the way in Bidwell, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
On the season, McGuire is hitting just above the Mendoza line, or actually, yeah, just above the Mendoza line, 217 on the season. 5 for 23, and that one on the edge. However, McGuire leads the team in free passes, 10 walks, and a hit by pitch to go along with it. So 217 average, but over a 440 on base percentage.
As that one is just going to be left outside. I believe the count is now 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley has got to get that breaking stuff working if he's going to want to have a chance here in these later innings. I mean, you already given up some runs this inning. Go out there and just try and control what you can control. You got 2 down. As that is fouled back, and that'll be strike 2.
Yeah, pitch on the outside there. McGuire was able to fight it off. And obviously in a league like this, like, it's not going to be the tightest of strike zones. You'll usually be given that river a little bit, so you got to be more aware of that.
Exactly. You guys got to go out there and control what you control with the 2-strike approach here. And that is swung on and missed. Bradley gets the breaking ball to work there, and that will end the first inning. After the first, the score is now 4-0, and we will go back to the top of the second. Oh, 3-0?
Yes. I'm going to try and use my computer to kind of block it off.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably better back there. I'm trying to. Are you still
No, I'm muted.
muted?
We're going to take this time to thank some of the sponsors of today's Del Rice Championship. The Port City Pub, Bob and Floyd's Tires, Toro Loco, Collett Financial, Jenkins, Sunco, and Sciotaville, Niddles Automotive, Hickey's Old Fashioned Hamburgers, and Jeepers Cheapers, and the People's Bank. Also, the sponsorships of both of these teams: Spider Monkeys, sponsored by David Gibson and Terry Fife, and the TCC Bombs, sponsored by the Counseling Center. George Arnett back on the hill for his second inning of work. He was made quick work of the TCC Bombs in the first inning, striking out 3 batters on just 11 pitches.
You know, you as a pitcher, that's your dream right there. In that first inning, you go out there and you make a statement like that. You want to come out there and try and repeat the same thing. That's not always going to happen, but if you can even do anything close to that in about 15 pitches, that's a win for Arnett here in the second inning. You just kind of want to shut him down. You just scored 3 runs in that first. You just want to shut him down here and kind of kill the momentum of the Bombs.
Yeah, I mean, 8 of the 9 hitters came to the plate for the Spider Monkeys that inning. The only one not to is the center fielder, Boone Gibson.
One of the 3 Gibsons.
Yes, and it gives them the ability to go right back to the top of that order. But we've seen throughout, not really a weak hitter throughout the lineup for them thus far. Whether just an ability or ability to be patient up there, everyone's been able to do a pretty good job.
Everyone's got to be a tough out on both sides as Arnett fires in a breaking ball, and that is just going to be inside. Leading off the second is going to be Drew Evans. Evans, the shortstop, as Arnett fires it in, and Evans puts it in play.
Jonah Gibson, a nice feed over to the first baseman, Jones, and one away. First ball in play by the Bombs there.
I like the early approach, trying to hunt pitches. You don't want to go down looking or getting into an advantage count of Arnett. And now Carl Bradley, the pitcher, will take to the plate. No, excuse me, Nathan Heath will come up to the plate.
Looks like Nathan Heath will be wearing number 14 today. That one's fired in there and seals over. Makes a nice play, takes a extra step, fires over. 3 pitches, 2 outs here in the second inning for Arnett, really keeping that pitch count down.
That's a pitcher's paradise, especially here in a 9-inning game. Since we're playing Major League Baseball style, you want to keep that pitcher's count down. You might not have the pretty stat here in the second inning of striking anybody out, but what really matters is that you're getting outs. You get outs, and you're going to have a great day on the mound.
So the 2 pitchers will now face off again. Bradley in the batter's box. Arnett kicks and deals, and that one's hit on the ground. And you will certainly take a 4-pitch second inning after putting up 3 in the first. Arnett continuing to deal as we head to the bottom of the second of the Del Rice Championship.
And welcome back to the 70th Anniversary Del Rice Baseball League Championship. I'm Mount Carzell along with Gavin Race, and here we are in the bottom of the second inning after a little bit of a rally by the Spider Monkeys last inning. They will look to do the same here as Boone Gibson, the number 9 hitter, will lead off to start this one.
Yeah, the Spider Monkeys, they were able to string 4 hits together in that first inning, paralleled with a walk. 8 hitters came to the plate, able to push 3 of them across. Did leave 2 runners in scoring position, But considering how low scoring the previous two matchups between these two teams are, that can make all the difference. I mean, for example, Spider Monkeys only scored 3 runs in the most recent matchup against this team in a come-from-behind win over at Schultz Creek.
Yes, and they also scored 5 at East High School in their first matchup in a 5-3 win.
Mm-hmm. So, and it's kind of what you see in these lower-scoring games. Every single run makes a difference. So you can put a 3-run inning up, it's going to make a huge, huge difference.
Especially in a championship, that first inning could be the win, essentially. If Arnett keeps doing what he's doing, it could be a long day for the Bombs.
Absolutely. Bradley back out on the hill for another inning of work. Just struggled with his command in the first inning. Wasn't really able to find the heart of the he was finding the heart of the plate a little bit too much when he was getting the ball over the plate. Otherwise, he wasn't able to snap that breaking ball off as much as he wanted to. He kind of abandoned it halfway through that inning, really focused on just trying to get command the fastball and change up.
Yes. And he also had that two-seam working a little bit, actually retiring a batter on it, as now it looks like Boone Gibson will come to the plate, and Bradley will fire in the 0-0 to kick off the bottom of the second.
Boone Gibson, the center fielder, will take outside ball 1. Gibson on the year has usually hit near the bottom of the order for the Spider Monkeys. Been in and out of the lineup just out of prior commitments, but on the season, 4 for 10 on the year. He did rip a pair of doubles as well. So in limited action, he's shown pretty good ability to play. He swings through that pitch.
Like you said when we were off the mic, Gavin, you said that he was a pretty good athlete. So, I mean, if he puts the ball in play here, you never know what can happen if he could beat one out.
1-1 count here to Gibson. Bradley kicks and deals, and he swings through it. And that was actually a 1-2 count, and it's going to be a strikeout, third of the game for Bradley. He was able to strike out the last 2 batters of the first inning in Jones and McGuire. And he completes the trio at the bottom of the order with 3 straight strikeouts. But Arnett, who had a loud double in the first inning, up here in the second.
That's always good when you strike out the first person in an inning after a rough inning right there. You always love to see that. It boosts your confidence a little bit. The 0-0, and that is in there. A nasty breaking ball. He's looking to find that breaking ball once again.
Yeah, he's starting to be able to snap, and you can just see the difference of when that breaking ball is snapped off. It even comes in quicker, so kind of loses that hung look that it has. Arnett able to get a good piece of that out towards the right fielder. Camped underneath it is Meade, and he's able to make the catch.
A little bit of wind over there and right as Meade look to be camp under it, but then he stepped back a little bit. That's an outfielder right there. I know how it feels when the wind starts coming in and you're like, oh crap, where's the ball? But a great catch there by Meade nonetheless.
Yeah, Brian White will now step in his first at-bat. He saw 5 pitches. I don't believe any of them were in the strike zone. He actually chased one just trying to get something hit. And there's his first pitch in the strike zone. You can tell he's frustrated he wasn't ready to attack that first one.
Yeah, you're expecting fastball right there in an 0-0 count with a guy that's not really expecting to throw strikes. Great job there by Bradley being able to get that slider in there. And there's the fastball mirroring off that. That is just perfect. Perfect setup right there.
He tunneled that perfectly, kind of a get-me-over slider. White wasn't exactly ready for it, and then he fires the fastball on the outside corner. 0-2 count here to White, fired in, and White
tried that slider again.
Really had to hold back there, and he's able to lay off it.
Yeah, good setup pitch right there by Bradley. You want to give a chase pitch when you're up 0-2. He wasn't exactly commanding last inning, but he looks to be doing a lot better now as that fastball is torched down the right field side, and that's foul.
An emergency hack there by White, and he's able to scorch it down the line, just not able to keep it fair.
You got to have a 2-strike approach right here. Against a good pitcher who's looking to have found his command, you just got to put anything in play to try and make something happen here.
And we're going to take time here as the umpire gets a few more baseballs. White steps back in. Bradley continuing to pitch from the windup. Kicks and deals. And breaking ball, White again fouls it off. And that one up on the hill on the riverbank.
Good 2-strike approach right now by White. You want to try and be late on everything. You don't want to be exactly early on anything. You kind of want to choke up here and just put one in the right field. Just anything. You got to be gritty right here, and just anything that looks over the zone, you just got to try and touch it.
Bradley turns and burns again, and that one 58-footer just in the other batter's box. 2-2.
Yeah, Bradley left that one a little bit low. You could just see that it came out of his hand a little bit late. Now a 2-2 count.
Yeah, White battling back in this at bat.
That's
Fell down 0-2 early on a good pair of pitches from Bradley. He's trying to find that put-away pitch, and he misses out and away. 3-2.
There's a big difference between a 1-2 count and a 2-2 count. It makes you think a lot more right there, and that's the example. You try and leave a changeup low and try and see if he chases, but White's staying disciplined. Now the full count pitch.
White will.
That's going to be dropped in the. What a
What
catch
a
in
catch.
second base! What a catch! Oh my goodness, Robbie Leslie.
Robbie Leslie, he tracked that the entire way, was able to stay underneath it. Pitcher kind of ran in on White. He wasn't able to barrel it up. Thought he was going to come away with a blue pit there, but Robbie Leslie steals one away in a much-needed 3-up, 3-down inning for Bradley.
What a job done by the rookie right there. The newcomer to the team making a play in the championship game when you need it the most. Look, I'm excited to see how the Bombs respond here.
Yeah, and while we let the Spider Monkeys come out, we'll give the game day weather report for what we got going on here, brought to you by the Weather Channel app on my phone. Beautiful 78 degrees, partly cloudy here, providing some nice shade for everyone in attendance. It is a beautiful, beautiful day for baseball. I can only hope it will be this beautiful day for baseball down in Bristol, Tennessee, where my beloved Cincinnati Reds will be playing the Atlanta Braves. They're playing for not only some pride playing on the national stage, but a series is on the line tonight, as probably the craziest game of baseball I've ever seen was played on Thursday night.
Oh my gosh, I saw that game.
The Reds and the Braves.
Down by 8, and they came back up to 8.
Yeah, 3-3 heading into the 8th inning. 16 runs were put up there. Also, along with the beautiful weather here, Branch Rickey Field, recently purchased by Shawnee State University, and they have made this place just look beautiful. They've taken awesome care of this field. Obviously, namesake of the field, Branch Rickey, former general manager of the, Brooklyn Dodgers. So it is a wonderful place to play. Obviously, the only game being played here for being the championship game, so kind of something to play for to earn the right to play on this field.
Yeah, I played here a couple times earlier last season in the Del Rice League, and they've had a couple of improvements, putting turf on the mound. It kind of reminds me of Ohio Dominicans Field. They put turf on the mound and also around the home plate area. Very nice renovation. How's it going? Now we have Del Rice Commissioner Jason Arms with us. How you doing, Jason?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, it's a lovely day for a game of baseball, isn't it?
Yes, this is absolutely beautiful, Jason.
Yeah, it's one of the best days that we've had for the championship game. Usually it's you have the sun beating down, about 95 degrees out here. A little on the warm side, but today it's not too bad at all.
Yeah, this is a beautiful day. This is my favorite weather. It's cloudy, the sun's not too bright out. It's about 70-ish degrees. It's just a beautiful day.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys again for coming out here, to help us live stream this game. I think it's gonna help out the league tremendously.
Yeah, so this is the 70th annual championship game. Obviously, Spider Monkeys, they had a different name last year, but many of those guys were in the championship game last year. TCC Bombs, they played in the league for a couple of years. Arnett drops in at strike 2.
Lethal breaking ball.
Seeing the constant roster continuity, it's got to be something you guys are proud of.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And just watching this league grow over the last few years has been something special too. We had 9 teams in the league this year, over 130 players. We have a lot of high school players, and of course some. There's another ground ball over there short, throw to first, and it's your first out of the inning.
Nice job there by Bauer. Really put the power into that one. Just unfortunate that it was right over the shortstop where Jonah Gibson was able to make the play.
We have several father-son combinations, which very special in that regards as well. The pitcher today, Carl Bradley, his son plays on this team as well, Mason Bradley, but he's getting his football season started, so that's why he's not here today. Another ground ball to short, and another
nice
throw to
play
first,
again
and,
by
second
Gibson.
out.
Jonah Gibson making 2 great plays over there.
Yeah, like you said, Jason, I was on this team the past 2 years before I couldn't play this year, and it was a lot of fun playing with these guys.
Yeah. That's the main thing, isn't it? Everybody come out here, have fun, learn the game of baseball. But yeah, I mean, we try to establish a family atmosphere. Yeah, that's the big important thing, though, I think.
Yeah, and it's a great opportunity. A lot of these games played throughout the summer, and like you said, it's not always perfect weather. Sometimes it's a rainy day. Sometimes it can be blistering hot. But a lot of these guys, they just love to come out here, spend some time with their guys, and play some baseball.
Yeah, Mother Nature certainly wreaked havoc with us this year. We probably scheduled over half of our games, due to rainy weather. Bob, he allows us to use his field over there in South Shore, Kentucky, and the big thing this year is that we had a lot of games that got rained out over here in the Portsmouth area on the Ohio side of the Ohio River, but it never rained or dropped over his field, so we got to play a lot of games just because of his field over there. So we had a called strike 3 right there to end that inning.
Nasty changeup by Barnett right there, just retiring everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's got a pretty good game going so far. Don't want to say anything too much, to jinx it, but got a good game going.
Yes, we did, most definitely. As Carl Bradley will take the rubber again here.
Yeah, it's been a good game so far. Been entertaining, obviously. Seeing the Spider Monkeys, they were able to string a couple good hits together.
Yeah, anybody that's watching this game right now, if you can make it out to this game, invite you to come out. We have a couple of food trucks over here. We have the Poor Girls food truck and also Los Jarochos with their Mexican cuisine. Great food, great beverages. So and again, great weather. So if you can make it out here, I encourage you to do that.
I have no idea. It looks like they're just chatting it up, as Bradley will still remain on the hill here for the bottom of the third. Bradley had a scoreless inning last time he was up on the mound, looking to do much of the same here as Chris Queen, Caleb Seals, and Ethan Gibson await the ace of the Bombs.
I'd like to shout out to all my sponsors this year. I have Glockner, Harry C. Shope, family, Desco, Post 23, the Counseling Center, Bombs, Spider Monkeys, which are sponsored by David Gibson and Terry Fife, Miller's Auto, VFW Post 3638, the Railcats, which are sponsored by Dr. Jared Smith, and then we have the championship sponsors of Port City Pub, Bob and Floyd's, Toro Loco, Cottle Financial, Jenkins, Sunoco in Sodaville, Noodles Automotive, Hickey's Old Fashioned Hamburger Inn, Jeepers Cheapers, and People's Bank. And I'd like to mention about Hickey's. They got an award for the best hamburger just a few days ago, this past week, and Shug that runs the hamburger the Hickey's Hamburger Inn is very, very proud of that. So if you have a chance, go down to Hickey's as well and get one of their world famous sliders.
It's kind of funny that you say that about the award, Jason. I was actually there when they got the award crowned. Me and my friend were actually there, and we watched that happen. And it was awesome to see the whole staff. They were really excited about it. They do have the best burgers in town.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just amazing.
I eat there every chance I get, and I'm not even exaggerating.
You know what? I might get a burger on the way home.
So Chris Queen will be the one to lead us off here in the third, and that one's going to catch the edge, strike one.
Great fastball right there on the outside half of the plate. He's attacking the zone as of late. After that first inning, he's really been pounding it in the zone, and he's done a great job. Bradley sends that one behind, and that is going to be strike 2 due to a foul ball.
Queen falls behind 0-2.
Again, what you'd like to see right now from Bradley, hunting the outside strike zone early and getting people to chase. That's not something he was doing in the first inning, but ever since, he's been doing a great job. Bradley awaiting the wind, the kick, the pitch.
Queen swings on it, and that's heading towards the 5-hole. Nice play to get over by the third baseman. He's able to fire it over to first for out number 1.
Nice play by Vidito over there at third base. Now going for Bradley, going against Bradley for the second time today, it is going to be Caleb Seals, the third baseman. I believe Seals had a base hit last time he was up to the plate.
Yes. Oh no, Seals was able to just poke one over towards the first baseman.
He had an unassisted ground out over to third or first. I mean, I'm sorry.
But he was able to knock across the first run of the game in the process of doing that. And again, Bradley commanding the outside part of the plate, getting ahead 0-1. He didn't do that often in the first inning, and that's just been the difference between the first inning and the second and third.
Oh, it's definitely like night and day, as that one might drop in on the right side, and that's just going to be foul.
Seals trying to fight that off towards the other way, wasn't able to get around on it, and push the count to 0-2.
Another 0-2 count, and the advantage of Bradley here. As a pitcher, you always love to see a guy that doesn't really care about striking people out. He's just trying to put the ball over the plate and hoping that his defense can make plays for him. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Bradley.
Bradley sets, turns and burns towards the way of Seals, and swings and misses for strike 3, and 2 quick outs here in the third inning.
Great curveball right there by Bradley. You really like to see it. A little bit of a 12-6 movement right there on his signature. He hasn't really used the curveball a lot today, but he uses it right there when he least expects it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. As long as you use it effectively, man, that's all it counts.
Yeah.
Well, that'll make way for Ethan Gibson for his second play appearance of the game. He was able to slice one just past Bradley towards the shortstop.
As he tried to lay down a bunt. I don't know if that was just for intimidation purposes because there's 2 outs or anything.
Well, early in the season, Gibson laid down a perfect bunt single over at Schultz Creek. Put it just right down the line. It sat right on the foul line. He was able to get a single out of it. So 2-0 count here early. Gibson kind of a closed-off stance. And that one's fired inside part of the plate.
You know, what you usually see from guys that have closed off stance, they're really looking to drive that ball backside, and that's what Gibson did last time. He hit it over to short, and he was able to beat it out. You like to see that. He's just trying to put the ball in play. Breaking ball does not catch the outside of the plate, as that'll miss. It is now a 3-1 count in the advantage of Gibson.
Aaron throw on the way back. Bradley looks in, delivers the 3-1, and he's not able to find that edge. Goes for it twice, not able to get it, and he gets the second walk of the game here.
Walks most definitely haunt. Even with 2 outs, you never know what happens.
Yeah, so Jonah Gibson right in behind Ethan Gibson. We'll try and spark a little 2-out rally here as Gibson gets over top of it. A nice play by the third base coach.
Jonah Gibson just trying to make something happen here. You got 2 outs. Just try and get one here in the gap. Find a hole. Get another run on the board.
Honest lead over at first, and that one will skip in.
Nice block there by Richards. You love to see that from your catcher having your back right there.
Richards, a nice block. Decent secondary from Gibson. Had to scurry back in.
Bradley will come set. The pitch.
1-1 misses just downstairs. 2-1.
He tried the fastball low right there, and it just doesn't get over the heart of the plate where he wanted it. Now a 2-1 count in the advantage of the Spider Monkeys.
Kicks and deals, and Gibson will put that on the ground. Fielded, throw over, and that will retire the side.
Good put out there by Vidito over to first, and that will end the third inning. It is still 3-0 in the advantage of the Spider Monkeys.
Jason, I appreciate you joining us here for the third inning.
I appreciate you guys coming out again.
Appreciate it, Jason.
Appreciate it. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back here, Del Rice Championship here at Branch Rickey Park. We are in the 4th inning of this contest as George Arnett turns back to the hill for his 4th inning of work, and he has made quick work of the TCC Bombs. After 3 straight strikeouts in the 1st inning, he has drawn quite a few ground balls here, quick outs. Jonah Gibson playing a very good shortstop. He has handled 4 of those 6 ground outs in the last 2 innings.
Now Alex Mead will come up to the plate here in the 4th due to Bob being the honorary leadoff batter. Mead has struggled as of late. Hasn't played a lot of games due to an injury in his finger. He had surgery recently. As Arnett fires in a strike.
0-1 fastball there. Just setting the tone, continuing to ride. Arnett kicks and deals. And breaking ball, able to get it by Mead. Quickly ahead 0-2.
You love to see that from Arnett, showing that breaking ball is still up and in there, working. Arnett, the 0-2, winds, kicks, deals. Try to get a fastball to blow it right by him, high and away. You know, that's the pitch that you want right there, a guy that was struggling to hit the velocity last time.
Yeah, trying to attack him, wasn't able to get it by him.
Arnett deals again, breaking ball just a bit inside, 2-2 to Mead now.
Yeah, trying to get him to chase the breaking ball. He's kind of been trying to get that slider to play off the fastball, and he's done a good job of it so far. Deepest he's gone to account so far.
And right down the middle, got him looking. Arnett, another K for the kid.
George Arnett, his 4th strikeout of the game. He has been dialed in on the hill. No one reaching for the Bombs so far as they head back to the top of the order. Or sorry, they would go to their extra hitter.
They will go to the DH, Kyle Louderback. Usually plays first base, but today he is DHing. Louderback swings and misses at a low fastball.
Arnett consistently just trying to establish that fastball, and he has done a great job of it.
I mean, that's a challenge pitch early. Breaking ball got him there.
Once again, ahead 0-2 early. Almost a sword there, by the way. He delivered that pitch, just wasn't, kind of had him fooled and off balance after seeing the fastball.
Tried to sit him down with that fastball in the outside half.
A little bit of 2-seam run on that fastball, trying to get a pitch that's running away from the hitter.
Louderback trying to put something in play here with a 1-2 count, 2 outs. Arnett from the windup. Breaking ball misses. 2-2 count.
Much better patience here from the Bombs, able to work back-to-back two-ball, 2-strike counts after Arnett getting ahead early 0-2 both times.
And that breaking ball hitting to left, and that is going to be a base knock for Louderback. And that'll end any chance that Arnett had at a perfect game.
Yeah, first hitter to reach for the Bombs. He's able to just go the other way with it, slice it into the outfield, lands just in front of Queen, who's playing pretty shallow as is, but was just able to find that hole for the first hit.
Now the leadoff man, Tanner Richards, will come up to the plate. The backstop for the Bombs, unfortunately, did not get a hit last time he was up to the plate.
Yeah, he went down swinging in the 1st inning. And Arnett, first time working from the stretch.
Doesn't seem like a problem there. Has a nasty change up below the zone right there. Off to an 0-1 start against the catcher, Richards. The 0-1 from Arnett. High fastball misses. It is now 1-1.
Yeah, trying to catch the top of the zone, maybe just trying to change the eye level with that fastball. Definitely the most work Arnett has had to do so far in this game. Only one retired here in the 4th.
Nasty breaking ball mirrored off that high fastball, and that is going to be strike 2 with no swing. Now you got him in a 1-2 count right here.
Trying to keep the runner honest, checking on him.
And another slider on the outer half of the plate. Richards fouls it back. Arnett looking to retire him here.
Defense pretty much straight away for the Spider Monkeys. Maybe a little double play depth favoring by the shortstop Gibson. So a big
Yeah, you want to try and make something happen here. If you're the Bombs, you have your first base runner on in the game. You got to try and make something happen. And Louderback actually, for his size, he is one of the faster guys on the team. Arnett, the 1-2. In there, but it's going to be called ball 2. Arnett.
I'm not 100% sure where that missed. Pitch looked pretty good. I think it may have been just down.
Arnett a little bit frustrated with that one. Now it's 2-2, and
So-
arguably the favor of Richards.
So, yeah, now 2-2 count. Arnett, he's shaking off his catcher. Now he checks on the runner.
Breaking ball coming. Right there, and that is going to get dinked into right field, just right past second base. And Richards will get on with a bloop single. And like that, you know, pieces start to fall. All it takes is a couple bloops and maybe a bunt or an error, and you got runners on. We got
Only one retired here, but they're able to string a pair of hits together.
2 men on, 1 out.
Caleb Nichols now stands in.
Nichols struck out in his last appearance. Arnett kicks, deals. Fastball high, misses. Arnett, his pitch count getting ran up here in this 4th inning.
Yeah, they're starting to make Arnett really work here. Not making it easy on him. He'll drop in a breaking ball, though.
Nasty slider, backdoor him. You know, that's really hard for a right-handed hitter to see. You think the ball's coming right at you, and then by the time you already make a decision, you're already going down looking. He tries a 2-seam on the inside half, and that one doesn't work. It's a 2-1 count, and the advantage of the Bombs. Arnett sets it once again. Deals. High fastball for strike 2.
Yeah, Nichols got a little antsy there, just trying to find a pitch to hit. When you're in the 4th inning and it's the first time you've had runners on base, you're trying to find any way to get them across.
Yeah.
So you'll be a little more antsy to go chasing.
As that one is going to be inside, now you got a full count here. Nichols in a little bit of a situation here. You got to be able to stay disciplined to try and work a walk when you got one of your better hitters coming up to the plate, and Drew Evans next.
Drew Evans?
And that is going to be just outside, and the bases are going to be loaded with 1 out, and the Bombs are putting something together here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, he tried to catch that high and outside corner. He's tried to go right to that outside part of the plate, a lot like Bradley. Hasn't gotten the calls, though. And now it'll be bases juiced with 1 down here for the 3-hole hitter, Evans.
Worst case scenario is a double play right here. And Arnett leaves a breaking ball almost to the head of Evans, but he doesn't need to dodge it.
Yeah, he wasn't able to snap that one off. Probably trying to take it, trying to backdoor it like he did earlier in the inning.
But he punishes that fastball in the outer half of the plate, and will make it an even count at 1s.
That's the pitch we've seen Bradley executing the last few innings, and it's what's helped him get ahead in the count.
Outside fastball is very hard to hit, especially if you're thinking of breaking ball. And speaking of breaking ball, Evans flies one in the left,
Queen hustling over.
and that
able
one's
to
going to
make
be
play.
caught. Louderback going home, and he is going to be standing up.
And now we're going to have a runner and a rundown.
Richards in a rundown here. And he's going back to second. And he is going to be safe. Oh my goodness. Electric base running by Richards.
Wow.
Jumps over second baseman Swisher and flies in there like I've never seen that before. Oh my goodness.
Switcher trying to be patient, not trying to do anything crazy in the rundown. He ended up losing the base runner, and he made a great move once the ball got thrown back to Gibson. Lays out to second base, and apparently the tag was missed.
A productive out there by Drew Evans. It is now a 3-1 game here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, TCC on the board for the first time.
You love to see it. Arnett kicks, deals, and that one is up high. He tried a fastball in.
Yeah, it seems like Arnett's gone to the inside part of the plate a lot, and he hasn't gotten the call.
Let's see if the newcomer Nathan Heath can make something happen here for the Bombs, as that one is grounded over to third base.
Yeah, he swings and rolls it over, and the 2 Seals will kind of run into him, making sure there's no way he's able to Houdini his way out of it this time.
Yeah, nothing you could really do if you're Richards. You just got to take that. But the Bombs get on the board. That is a sign of very good things to come, hopefully, for the Bombs.
We're going to take a break here. We'll be back for the bottom half of the 4th.
And welcome back to the 70th anniversary Del Rice Championship baseball game. Here we are in the bottom of the fourth after the TCC Bombs put up a run on a sac fly by Drew Evans and a little bit of mayhem on the base paths. It is a 3-1 game advantage of the Spider Monkeys. Bradley looking to throw another scoreless inning since that 3-run rally in the first by the Spider Monkeys. Gavin, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, on the sac fly, Queen made a great play. He was kind of shifted more towards center. They were trying to compact the defense, keep everything close with the bases loaded. He made a great run all the way over into foul territory, so even if he didn't make the catch, wouldn't have been much damage there because it would have landed foul. But on the throw-in, kind of skipped it, wasn't able to get it. But they were able to catch the runner on the rundown, weren't able to get the out, able to force the roll over to third. Limits the damage, but TCC able to show that they're here to fight. And now, bottom of the order, due up 7-8-9. It is Jones, McGuire, and Boone Gibson due up this inning.
Yeah, the bottom of the lineup, they could not really figure out Bradley last time, striking out every single time, all three of the batters. So Bradley would like a repeat, but as much as you would like to strike three people out in a row, just getting 3 groundouts would be very nice too.
Landon Jones, I feel like a little congratulations is in order as he recently got engaged to his longtime girlfriend as he rolls one over to first base here, and he will ground out. So congratulations to Landon.
Like I just said right there, a ground out is just as good as a strikeout. It may not look pretty on the stat sheet, but ground outs work.
Yeah, he's able to get a quick out, doesn't have to waste pitches on it, and now McGuire will stand in.
But yes, congratulations to Landon on the engagement.
McGuire standing in, he has the sixth highest on base percentage on the team, even hitting down near the Mendoza line at 217. He's done a good job of battling back in counts. And there, first strike of the count, 1-1. Bradley turns and burns once again, and McGuire gets a nice piece of it, fouls it off, 1-2.
That's what you like to see from Bradley, hunting strikes once again, as McGuire is going to try and be the on-base machine that he is, like you said. Just trying to put anything in play here and hoping that the Bombs make a mistake.
Yeah, almost a 30% walk rate on the season, and Bradley really took something off that one.
Yeah, that intrigues me a lot. That was more of an eephus slider.
It had the break path of a slider, but it took quite a while to get into the plate there.
That one not much different.
Yeah, maybe a little more pace on that one, trying to catch that outside edge. Wasn't able to, too much break on it, and now count runs full for McGuire. Here's the pitch, and
a textbook walk from McGuire.
McGuire, after falling behind in the count 1-2, able to get back in with the walk. So runner on first for 9-hole hitter center fielder Boone Gibson. Went down on strikes his first time up in the second. So McGuire settles in over at first. Bradley back to working from the stretch. First time working from the stretch since the first inning.
Yeah, he threw 2 clean innings back-to-back as Bradley fires a fastball in there, and Gibson's just a little bit late on it. And it is 0-1.
Yeah, Gibson, he's had a few big hits this season. When he's able to barrel it up, he's able to find some gaps and really make something happen. McGuire, and honestly, not getting too far off. And as I say that, fires in for the strike, but McGuire got a nice little secondary lead over there. I mean, Bradley has skipped a couple wild pitches, so McGuire unaware of that, maybe looking to take an extra base, and Gibson will fly that out center. Wind is blowing, and that could play a factor. But seemingly no trouble for the center fielder.
Great job by the rookie out there in center field and doing a great job tracking that ball. With the wind coming towards us and to home plate, it's going to be a little bit harder for the outfield to know what's going on, but a little bit easier for center because you can see that ball's coming in. It's not moving in all kinds of different directions. And just like that, there's 2 away for Bradley and the Bombs. As that one is laced in the left, Arnett will line out to left, and that is another scoreless inning from Carl Bradley. You can see the momentum flowing a little bit in the Bombs' way as we head to the top of the 5th.
Yeah, we'll be right back here on River City Sports Media. Back at it here for the 5th inning of the 70th annual Del Rice Baseball Championship. Top of the 5th inning as we will be playing 9 here.
You know, good old Major League Baseball style as Arnett looking to take the hill here for inning number 5. Like you said, that would have been one of the key integral parts is you got to go out here and throw as pretty much as much as you can if you're Arnett here.
Yeah, Arnett back to work on the hill. Sorry about that. Some momentary technical difficulties as we are back.
Yeah, that was a little bit scary. Yeah,
It's all right. Arnett finishes his warm-up here. He's currently pitching a pretty good performance here. He ran into a little trouble in the 4th inning, looking to bounce back here in the 5th.
Yep. Arnett has surrendered 1 earned run, and that was last inning. It'll be interesting to see how Arnett responds to a little bit of adversity after that little bit of a rough and scary 4th inning. As we are still having some technical difficulties, we are sorry about that.
Yes, audio will continue here as we attempt to get the viewing. Malachi, you can take it away here for the 5th.
As Arnett kicks and deals, as Bradley kicks one in the center field, and a diving effort at shortstop by Gibson, but he cannot make the play, and that one was absolutely laced in the center. And Bradley is on with a leadoff single here in the 5th. And then you also had a guy who was seeing the ball well last time he was up to the plate. You got Sean Bauer, the first baseman. He absolutely laced one over to shortstop, but it looks like he's going to talk to Coach Robert Hayden over at third base. As it looks like we will also have a pinch runner over at first base. It is going to be Nathan Heath taking control over there at first, as Bradley will go back in there looking to continue a solid performance on the mound. Again, we are sorry for the technical difficulties. We are currently working on them, but I will give you a radio-style play-by-play. Arnett in the stretch once again, and he fakes the pickoff over there to first against Heath. As it looks like we are back and live as Arnett sets again the 0-0 to Bauer. Bauer awaits and watches a high fastball go by, and that is going to be ball number 1. Shout out to Gavin Race for working out the camera issues.
Yeah, we just had a dead battery. We're able to fix that real quick.
Attaboy, Gavin. As that one is also low, it is now 2-0 to Bauer. Bauer looking for a big hit right here. This would be absolutely crucial. And a breaking ball on the inside, absolutely nasty. And now it'll be a 2-1 advantage still in Bauer's way.
Yeah, the infield kind of in double play depth here, looking for that ground ball to try and turn 2.
Well, Bauer's not exactly the fastest guy, so that would be great if you could. That would be best case scenario. As Heath was attempted to get picked off right there, but Heath dives back in safely. Still in the 2-1 count, and the advantage of Bauer. The pitch from Arnett, incoming. Low breaking ball, and it is now 3-1. Bauer stays disciplined, and just like that, it's a 3-1 count, and you got a man on base early in a 2-run game.
Yeah, you saw Arnett. He was frustrated with the execution of that pitch. It's not where he wanted it. Falls behind 3-1. You got to think a challenge pitch is going to come here. You don't want to put a second runner on.
Oh, definitely. You got to have a challenge pitch right here. Give Bauer something he can hit. And Bauer will do that exactly. That is flown back there. Queen will make the catch. That one just died in the wind over there. Bauer gave it a ride, but
probably the second most well hit ball of the day, other than Arnett's leadoff double in the bottom of the first. But they're able to retire the first out here in the top half of the 5th.
That's got to be frustrating for Bauer in the wind right there. As now Jacob Vitito will come up to the plate. Excuse me, no, that is, I believe that is, yeah, that is Jacob Vitito. He is a switch hitter. Coming out of Minford High School, was a pitcher this year mostly for the Falcons. As Vitito lines that one up there, there is one. Oh, they're going to call him safe. But Vitito will be out, and that is the good old-fashioned 1-6-3 put out at first base.
So the runner was in motion from first. Arnett made a nice play and a quick turn to second, but he was just able to beat in the force out.
Yes, great job there by Arnett. You know, pitchers like to say pitchers are fielders too, and you got to play your position. You can't just be throwing. You can't be a thrower. You got to be a pitcher. As a nice two-seam hums in there for strike one.
Yeah, Arnett normally plays shortstop when he's not on the hill for the Spider Monkeys, so he's got a nice glove out there on the mound to field his position.
2 down here, as that one is left up high from Arnett.
1-1 count.
Arnett trying to make something happen here and get another scoreless inning. As that one is swung on and missed, a nice change up in there for strike 2. 1-2 advantage for Arnett here in the 5th. Arnett sets, kicks, and tries to attempt a pickoff there against Heath.
Yeah, just trying to keep him close. Nothing.
You always
really
try and keep people honest.
Yeah, there's not really anything in that. I mean, you don't have the limited number of pickoff attempts
Exactly.
like you do in MLB.
This is not the MLB.
Yeah, so you're
Well, we
just
are
trying
playing
to.
Major League style today.
Yeah, we are 9 innings. Just an out away from being halfway home here at Branch Rickey.
Arnett. High. Fastball does not land, and the count is now full.
Yeah, it runs the count full.
Arnett will get set once again. The full count to Heath. Swung on and missed, and Arnett another scoreless inning after a little bit of a scare over there at second base.
Yeah, we'll head to the bottom half. Spider Monkeys still lead 3-1 to here in the Del Rice Championship. And we will be right back. Annual Del Rice Championship. Carl Bradley back on the hill for the TCC Bombs after struggling in the first inning, able to really battle back here with 3 straight scoreless innings.
Yeah, Bradley's really done a great job on the hill, commanding his fastball along with his breaking ball. He's done a fantastic job since that first inning, having 3 straight scoreless innings.
Now the ever-dangerous Brian White will step in. Homered earlier in the season, as well as a pair of doubles.
You got to think White's ready to attack a pitch right here and make a statement.
He's drawn a pair of walks so far, and that one misses outside, ball 1.
You know, getting walked is never exactly the funnest way to get on base, but it's the right way to get on base as White sends that down the left field side, and Vitito will make that play as Bauer's feet are on the bag, and that's 1 down.
A great stretch over there at first, and able to retire White for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, great job there by Vitito. That's a tough play right there. Just a ball that barely gets touched right down the third baseline. Vitito, being a right-handed over there, but still switch hitting. Backhands that one and just throws it over and makes the routine play.
And now Chris Queen will stand in, the left fielder for the Spider Monkeys.
Like you said, this top of the lineup's ever dangerous.
Yeah, he got a good piece of one earlier in the game. Now looking to do some damage here, and he will rock one out towards the left center gap. Coming in as the left fielder, Nichols, to make the catch.
2 quick outs again for Bradley.
2 quick outs on 3 pitches here in the 5th.
That's a pitcher's dream. When you're trying to go as long as you can for your team, especially in a championship game like this is it.
So the cleanup hitter seals in as that one skips in. Misses for ball 1.
That was a good breaking ball right there, but just not the time to throw that. You gotta try and give something in the zone right there, but that's like more of a 2-strike breaking ball.
And you throw that pitch as kind of a waste pitch or just trying to get the hitter to chase. You don't really want to throw that to start the at-bat. Let the hitter get ahead.
As Bradley will take the hill once again.
Turns and burns. And that one will catch the edge. For strike 1. Bradley continuing to work from the windup here. Fires it in. And finds that exact same spot. Strike 2.
Literally the exact same spot. Great pitch there. I'm surprised that Queen didn't pull the target on that. Or excuse me, Seals.
Bradley, the 1-2, and Seals turns on this. Grounded to the third baseman Pinto. He fires it over. And on just 7 pitches, 3 up, 3 down inning for Bradley. We head to the 6th year of the Del Rice Baseball Championship. And we'll take a second to acknowledge the sponsors here. Glockner, Harry C. Shope family, Desco and Post 23, Schultz Creek Bearcats, the Counseling Center, David Gibson and Terry Fife, Miller's Auto, VFW Post, and Dr. Jared Smith have sponsored the teams. And your championship sponsors, Port City Pub, Bob and Boyd's Tires, Toro Loco, Mexican Restaurant, Cottle Financial, Jenkins Sunco in Ciderville, Niddles Automotive, Hickey's Old Fashioned Hamburgers Inn, home of the best burger in Ohio, Jeepers Creepers, and the People's Bank. We'll take a break here. We'll be back with the 6th inning of the 17th Annual Del Rice Championship.
We welcome you back here for the top of the 6th inning here in the 70th anniversary of the Del Rice Baseball League Championship. Here we are at Branch Rickey Park as Arnett will take the mound here for the top of the 6th. Arnett gets out of a little bit of trouble after getting up on the 4th inning, was scoreless in the 5th, and he has done an exceptional job today, but he looks a little bit fatigued out there, and if there was a time to strike, it's now.
Yeah, if you want to work back in this game, you're going to have to make something happen in this 6th inning. Obviously, not as dire as it would be in a 7-inning game, but you're definitely reaching that point where the starter can get a little sluggish out there on the field. I assume at some point they will turn to a different arm if need be.
Arnett fires it in there, and an early breaking ball, and that is almost caught by Swisher on second base. And just like that, a leadoff error by Swisher could potentially get the Bombs going. And now you got the guy who started it all for the Bombs. It's Kyle Louderback, the number 10 batter.
Yeah, it's a harsh error to give to Swisher, but the ball was in and out of his glove.
As much as you want to give him the base hit for that scorer's decision, technically it did hit his glove. That is an error, but that is a tough play to make right there.
Swisher made a great effort on it, just wasn't able to come down with it. And he came in ready to attack the early breaking ball.
That's a great approach right there. Arnett has been relying on the breaking ball more and more. But right there he goes on a fastball inside, knowing that Louderback hit it last time, and that is going to miss. It's 1-0.
Yeah, Louderback was able to get the first hit of the game for the Bombs. And they have really settled in here since, and that one is going to be fouled off for strike one.
Louderback is the reason why they're on the board right now, as he did score on the sac fly. As a pickoff attempt over there to first, and he will be safe. Alex Mead got things going with a leadoff error. Let's see if Louderback can add on and pass the baton to the next guy. Louderback drives one over to shortstop. Gibson having a hard time making that play. Louderback will be safe, but the out at second. One down here in the top of the sixth as Tanner Richards will await.
Yeah, it looked tailor-made off the bat for a 6-4-3 double play. Just wasn't the cleanest of flips to the second baseman Swisher. Louderback working quickly down that line was able to force Swisher to just hold on to it, and it will go down as just a 6-4 fielder's choice.
Now Tanner Richards stepping into the box as Arnett steps off the plate. Looks like a little bit of a miscommunication between catcher and pitcher. Arnett getting a sign, sets, kicks and deals. Breaking ball just high doesn't really work right there, and it's 1-0 in the advantage of Tanner Richards.
Yeah, Louderback not even taking a secondary lead over there, just about a step off the bag, just trying to keep Arnett honest, just check on him a little bit.
Richards awaits. Fastball is in there for strike one. Now Arnett getting a sign once again. Louderback not taking a step off first, really. Richards swings and misses at a breaking ball in the outer half.
Yeah, Louderback not even really getting a secondary lead over there, just kind of staying in that, reading the bat, not trying to get out on any of those breaking balls that could be down in the dirt, or I guess in the grass on this field.
As the high fastball misses, and it'll be a 2-2 count.
2-2. That looked like a pretty good pitch, just wasn't able to catch the edge there.
Now Arnett looking for a big strikeout right here. And he blows it by him with the high fastball, and Richards will go down swinging. 2 down here for Arnett in the sixth.
Yeah, great pitch by Arnett there. He's been trying to land that high fastball all game. They've had to have seen it coming. Tried to go upstairs and chase it, but that's one of the hardest pitches to hit in baseball, especially when it's up above the zone as well.
Very frustrating. As Arnett, another fastball on the inside, and he just swung and missed right there. That is Caleb Nichols up to the plate now.
Yeah, you could see the two-seam run on that fastball. It looked like it was going to land right there on the inside part of the plate, and it ran all the way in on his hands, even if he makes contact with that. I don't think that's a wooden bat, but if it was, it would be splintered all over the infield if he makes contact with that one.
Arnett fires the 0-1. Nasty breaking ball, probably the best pitch we've seen all day.
Those two pitches play so well off each other. After seeing one run in on his hands, it is so tough to lay off the one that is breaking away from you.
What a pitch. 12-6 curve on the outer half. That is nasty. 0-2 pitch. And that one is just outside. Try to work in the slider right there.
Yeah, he tried to double up on it, seeing if he would go chase it again. No cigar on that one.
The 1-2 pitch in the advantage of Arnett. The pitch. Just a low fastball right there, and it is now 2-2. Arnett thinks that is strike 3.
Yeah, Arnett not happy with the call. Wanted that low inside corner. Kind of a freeze pitch with the back-to-back breaking balls, trying to go with the low fastball. He did freeze the hitter, but it was just below the zone.
The 2-2. Ripped up the middle, but a nice play over there by Gibson, and that'll end the inning. Oh my goodness, a beautiful textbook backhand. Nichols absolutely ripped that hung curveball, but close but no cigar, as you would say.
Yeah, great play by Gibson, able to get down on it, make a nice play, stay composed and not try and force and rush a throw to first base. Flips it to his second baseman, retires the side here in the sixth. We go to the bottom half. championship. It is a 3-1 ball game here in the bottom half of the sixth of 9 innings we will be playing today. And it will be the Gibson brothers to lead off the Spider Monkeys here in the sixth. Ethan Gibson to lead it off, Jonah Gibson in the on deck circle, and Landon Jones will be in the hole. The bats have gone quiet, only 1 or 2 hits with a couple walks sprinkled in since that big first inning where 8 hitters came to the plate. Now Gibson trying to start something off here early, and he's able to sneak that in, and he will think better of it, and another infield hit. He is 2 for 3 in this ballgame.
You know, another great job there by Gibson. Like I said earlier, with the closed-off stance, you're going to have to drive everything backside, especially when you're a lefty. And Drew Evans had no play to make right there. That is just perfectly placed in the gap. 2 tailor-made infield singles.
Yeah, we saw a similar ground ball earlier, and we saw the third baseman come over, Vidos, come over and cut that one off. But a nice job to come over and cut that one. A nice job. He wasn't able to, by Gibson, attacking that point again. Third baseman wasn't able to cut it off, and it's just too deep in that hole, in that 6 hole for him to make a play. Here's the pitch, and another ball down, 2-0.
You know, after an infield single right there, you don't want to exactly go away from doing what you've been doing pretty much the entirety of the game since that rough first inning. You got to keep throwing strikes even with the man on base.
Yeah, this is what we saw in the first inning where they were able to get to him with the early base runner. That has popped up. This might have a chance to drop in the infield. No one covering second, and Gibson cruises in, and an infield hit for Jonah Gibson. It seemed like they thought the pitcher, Bradley, was going to come off, and he looked straight up into the sun, wasn't able to see the ball, and both the shortstop and second baseman collapsed. No one covered second base. And heads-up base running by Ethan Gibson to be aware. Now the first 2 runners will reach here in the sixth.
You know, right there, I can't really blame Bradley right there. That's just on your defense. They're not even in double play depth over there. I have no idea what is going on.
Yeah, you were not. That is probably as poor as it can go for a blue pit in the infield.
Sadly, you have to score that as a hit, but honestly, that's an error on that middle infield. But a great breaking ball right there to start off 0-1.
Just a communication error, and Bradley able to get ahead in the count for the first time this inning. Here's the pitch, and that will be a hanging slider, just not able to get it back across the plate. 1-1 count.
You know, this has got to be frustrating for Bradley, but he's just got to go out there and keep throwing strikes.
Nice change up there, able to get Jones to chase. Makes it a 1-2 count.
Bradley.
Ethan Gibson on second, Jonah Gibson on first, and Jones will chase the breaking ball, strike 3.
Great breaking ball right there by Bradley. That's how you get it out right there. And just like that, 1 away.
He's able to get 1 away here now. Braden McGuire will come in.
You know, the situation was bad, but now it's not so bad because now you got 1 out.
He's able to work it out. Force 1, McGuire, big swing and a miss.
Burn that one by him with the fastball.
Seemed like he made a decision to swing before he saw the pitch. He was just not able to catch up to it still. And that one down in the dirt, 1-1.
As you'd like to say, a 58-footer, you're trying to make him reach after he was miles late on the fastball right there. Trying to make something happen right there, but Bradley just misses a spot.
McGuire, he's shown good discipline at the plate this year, and he backs off the plate there. 2-1. 2-1 pitch from Bradley, and it will catch the edge of the plate. 2-2. 2-2. Bradley fires it in, and McGuire is able to hit around on it. High fly. First baseman over, stumbles, and it will fall in foul territory.
Yeah, getting a little bit lost in the sun right there. That's a tough play, as it looks like his cleat got stuck in the ground, and then he tripped. He caught the ball, and then he tripped again, and then the ball came out.
Yeah.
That's a tough break for the Bombs. It looks like just a defensive blunder here in this 6.
Yeah, there might be a sniper present because he definitely stumbled in the grass there a little bit. Wasn't able to get a clean catch on it. So McGuire will do the 2-2 again. He's choking up on the bat here. And that one not able to find the edge. 3-2.
Good 2-strike approach there by McGuire. You know, you got to really choke up. And anything on the hands right here, I mean, with the way this defense has been playing, right? And he struck him out with looking, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's the pitch he's been able to land most of this game.
Nasty changeup on the outside corner. That's a gutsy call right there. A 3-2 changeup over the right side, heart of the plate. Gutsy call, but he lands it right there for strike 3. 2 away.
2 away after the back-to-back singles to lead it off. And now a delayed steal by Ethan Gibson. And he's going to purposely get himself in a rundown here.
Oh.
And it's thrown away!
Oh my goodness. The Bombs just keep making mistakes defensively.
And
there's another baseball on the field.
There's another baseball on the field. We're not sure what happened.
I think it came out of the umpire's like pants. Yeah, see? It came out of his right pocket.
And now, so it will stand. Each runner will take a free base. That was a delayed steal from Gibson. You saw him he stutter-stepped and then he took off, and the catcher kind of hesitated throwing it down to third. Gibson stopped halfway, and it was almost like he was trying to bait the rundown. Ends up working out. Ethan Gibson to third, Jonah Gibson to second, and Boone Gibson will stand in here. And there's strike 2, and it is quickly an 0-2 count to Boone Gibson.
All the Gibson brothers, all technically a part of the game right now. This is pretty cool.
Boone Gibson swing. It's down in the infield. Bradley over to first. High stretch. He's able to make the play.
Sean Bauer using those legs right there, and that'll end the 6th.
So Spider Monkeys threatened. 2 runners in scoring position, not able to get anything across. It remains 3-1 as we head to the 7th here at Ranch Rickey Field.
Welcome back as we enter the top of the 7th inning as the Spider Monkeys lead it here 3-1 to kick off the top of the 7th. The Bombs threatened a little bit with a runner on second base, but George Arnett and his fellows prevailed as now we head into the 7th inning. Leading off looks to be number 14, Nathan Heath, the center fielder. Excuse me, it's going to be Drew Evans, and Nathan Heath will be on deck.
Yeah, 3-4-5 2 up for Toro Loco Mexican Restaurant, Cottle Financial, Jenkins Sunco in Sciotaville, Niddles Automotive, Hickey's Old Fashioned Hamburger, and Jeepers Cheapers, and the People's Bank.
As Arnett misses that fastball low, and it's a 1-0 count, the advantage of Evans early. Arnett winds, kicks, and deals. Breaking ball sent into left, and that is going to be just foul.
Yeah, he was able to turn on the inside breaking ball, not able to keep it fair. It was nearly a great pitch.
Yeah, you don't exactly want to turn on a breaking ball that much inside. Looked like it was about to hit him. Evans puts it in play, and it was pretty hard off the bat, but just unfortunate that it couldn't be in fair play.
Yeah, he was able to read the pitch out of the hand, put a good piece of wood on it, wasn't able to keep it fair, though.
And he sees that, takes note of it, puts that one on the outer half of the plate, and misses. It is now 2-1. Evans awaits the windup. And that one gets taken for a ride down in center.
Catches the wind, and Gibson's not converging. Boone and Jonah weren't able to make a play on it, and it drops in for a leadoff single.
The siblings don't have that kinetic connection, out
Well, those
there.
two are actually cousins.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And now it'll make way for Drew Evans. Or correction, Nathan Heath.
Let's see what Heath can do here with a runner on base. The Bombs have been threatening the last couple innings. They're knocking on the door. It's about time they blow it open. Nasty breaking ball. Just misses.
Yeah, ball one there. Arnett not able to get ahead in the count again. We've seen him struggle with that, especially down the stretch here.
Gives a breaking ball in there, and that is no doubt a strike.
Yeah.
1-1.
Drops that one in.
Great breaking ball right there. He's got more of like a slurve on that curveball that he has. Arnett kicks, deals. Swung on and missed at a fastball. Heath was miles late on that one. And now it is 1-2.
Arnett trying to find a put-away pitch.
Yeah, a strikeout is definitely needed right here, or a double play. The 1-2 incoming from Arnett as umpire Mike Kraft calls his time.
And the batter, Heath called time there at the plate.
Arnett the pitch. That one is dinked into right field. And that one is going to be caught. And looks like that's going to be almost a double play. Arnett is not happy at all right there. I think they doubled him up, but...
Yeah, different from the leadoff single. That one kind of cut the jet stream, and you saw Ethan Gibson took 2 steps in, went right back to his original spot, made the catch. I really thought they doubled him off over there at first, but calls him second base umpire or infield umpire calls him safe. Headsy play there by Ethan Gibson, trying to get that one back in the first, just not quite.
Yep. Now we got one down here with a man on first for Carl Bradley, as breaking ball is called for a strike.
Yeah, Arnett able to catch the edge. That one didn't have as much cut on it as everyone else has. And I think the batter was expecting it to kind of fall off the edge of the plate. Didn't quite do it.
Arnett in the 0-1 advantage. High fastball, and he swords him for strike 2.
Oh my goodness. Arnett just made him look silly on that one. I'm not sure if he was... It almost was like a defensive swing because he was falling out of the box as he was swinging.
The 0-2 pitch. And check swing. Did he go? He did not. Nasty slider right there. Arnett a little bit frustrated. Thought he went right there, but
Yeah,
it'll now be in the advantage still of Arnett.
Yeah, he executed the pitch exactly how he wanted it to. And wanted it to be, catching that edge. Just wasn't able to get the swing on it. Makes it a 1-2 count though.
Arnett, the 1-2. Curveball just a bit high, and now it is 2-2.
Yeah, you can see it. He just said, that was my bad. Didn't snap it off as much as he wanted it to. Wasn't able to get the strikeout on it. Makes it a 2-2 count.
But right there, he sure does. Got him looking with that nasty curveball once again. And just like that, there is 2 down here in the top of the 7th.
Second out of the inning here in the 7th. 3-1 your score. Arnett able to battle back in that one. Couple of close calls on that. Almost got the check swing. But he was able to hold off.
Just a reminder that the championship game is 9 innings. As Arnett tries to work in a slider on the inner half, and Bauer almost gets hit.
Yeah, we've seen him drop that slider in on the inside part of the plate a couple of times today. Not as much on that one. It seems like they're just going to take a second to adjust the strike zone.
Arnett will take the rubber once again. The 1-0 pitch incoming with 2 outs here.
Fires it in, and it is just high and outside.
Nice fastball there, trying to mirror off, cutting him off on the side. Tried to put that one in the outer half of the plate. Arnett. The 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball sent right back at us.
If that net wasn't there, I was making a play.
I believe you, Gavin.
I have my hand up. Everything.
He did. He's not lying. Now the 2-1 awaits Bauer from Arnett.
Yeah, TCC trying not to waste that runner that they got on to lead off the inning, even with the near double play earlier.
As that changeup is low, and it'll now be 3-1.
Yeah, after some early efficient innings, those are certainly paying off because Arnett has had to throw quite a few pitches in the last 3.
Yeah, that pitch count's got to be going up. And that one inside, and he called it a strike.
He wasn't very. It was a very.
And now we got a full count.
Very calm strike call, just the 1 finger point.
Interesting call right there, as
Full count.
the full count pitch from Arnett loads in, and that's gonna be ball 4. And I'm not gonna.
That one looked better than the last one.
I'm not even gonna lie. I thought that was a strike. I was about to say rung them up, but here we are. 2 runners on as Jacoby Vidito will come up to the plate here.
Yeah, that one. He tried to execute that same pitch. Might have just not snapped it off as much. Misses on the inside, and it's ball 4. Now 2 runners on for the third baseman Bennett.
Arnett pounding that one in there, and that's a high fastball, misses. That's got to be frustrating right there if you're Arnett. 2 men on here in the top of the 7th. Breaking ball lands in there.
Yeah, that's the same spot he was going for it. And umpire's able to see it much clearer, especially with the batter not there on the inside part of the plate.
Here comes the pitch. Outside backdoor slider, misses, and it is now 2-1.
Yeah, it didn't snap that one off the same as the previous pitch. Wasn't able to get the strike call. Falls behind in the count 2-1.
2-1 pitch inside, almost clips Vidito, and now it's 3-1 to the mighty Minford Falcon himself.
3-1 count. You gotta think a couple of guys in the dugout are gonna say you gotta wear that one for the team, especially with 2 outs here in the 7th.
Vidito swings, and that one is back to Arnett, and he'll nonchalantly throw it to first, and that'll do it for the 7th.
Makes a nice play. It's stretch time here at Branch Rickey Park. We head to the bottom of the 7th, and Arnett only 6 outs away from being able to complete this one. We'll be right back here at Branch Rickey. Welcome back here, Branch Rickey Park, for the 70th annual Del Rice Baseball championship as we head to the bottom half of the 7th between the Spider Monkeys and the TCC Bombs. Starting pitcher George Arnett still going strong through 7 innings, and he will lead it off here in the bottom half of the 7th. Looks like he switched the bat he's using.
Yeah, he did. Looks like he switched to a green meta.
And oh my. Just didn't snap off the breaking ball, and it goes back behind Arnett's head for ball 1. Arnett ripped the leadoff double in the first inning. 2 hopped to the wall, and he was able to start off what was a very good rally. That one will hit the top of the stands and find its way about to the 8th or 9th row. 1-1.
Nice job there by Bradley being able to recover from almost shooting him.
And that one down in the zone. Down below the zone, 2-1.
Bradley looks a little bit inconsistent with his command here in the 7th.
I think he crossed. There might have been a miscommunication between him and the catcher, because the catcher seemed kind of crossed up. That didn't miss by too much, but he just wasn't able to handle it in play. The 2-1, and that one misses low and outside. Arnett is a dangerous base runner. He is someone you don't want to give a free pass to.
Yeah, but you don't exactly want to give him a good pitch to hit either. So, I mean, fight with your own risk right here if you're Carl Bradley.
3-1, Bradley delivers, and that one high in the air. In is the shortstop, Evans. He will make the catch, and out number 1 here in the 7th.
Evans with a nice play right there. Bradley being able to take advantage of him trying to get on base via a hit. He does not want to walk. So he just swings at the next pitch he saw, and that's what happens.
Yeah, good attack pitch by Bradley. Not over the center of the zone, but something that he was able to pop up. So, 2-hole hitter, catcher Brian White in, and he will rip that right back up the middle, past Bradley for a 1-out single.
I'd like to see the exit view on that one.
Yeah, he got a good piece of metal on that one. And he is out on first. Now a pinch runner for him.
It's Cade Walters.
Cade Walters back out to run. We saw this in the first inning. Just allows the catcher to get back to the dugout.
Little standing ovation there by
I think they got walk-up songs going on over in the dugout. So Chris Queen back in, Walters over at first, running for the catcher Brian White, and Queen big swing fouls that one off. Yeah, the courtesy runner rule, similar to softball, just allows the pitcher and catcher the opportunity to have a runner for them, allow them to get back to the dugout, focus on what they need to, allows the catcher to get back to the dugout and put their gear on quicker if need be.
Faster pace of the game, especially in a 9-inning game. That's very important.
Bradley checks on the runner, fires in, and it misses down and away for ball 1. Queen is going to be eager to find a pitch to hit here. He hasn't really had the chance to get one so far. Bradley delivers, and Queen out in front of it will chop it over to the wall. Makes it 1-2.
Yeah, Bradley throws a changeup right there, and he wasn't exactly expecting it.
Yeah, he was sitting on the fastball, was out in front of the changeup. Makes it a 1-2 count.
Bradley's got to get an out right here. You don't want to give him another base runner because we've seen what they've done when the base runner's on.
The 1-2 count. Bradley kicks and deals. And that will miss inside. Queen dances out of the way of it. 2-2 count. Queen kind of gives a little shrug to Bradley on the mound after he backs him off. Bradley kicks and deals and misses.
Now you're in a full count just like that. This is going to be a tough situation for Bradley, but also a very tough situation for Chris Queen.
Full count here. Queen battling back from being down 1-2. Bradley kicks and deals. Catches the edge for strike 3. Queen knew it as well. And he will head back to the dugout for the second out of the inning. Caleb Seals will now come in with a runner on first.
That was a big out right there.
It was a big pitch from Bradley, able to get one of the better hitters for the Spider Monkeys out, and that one will skip in, out and away, ball one.
Bradley's just got to keep his command going. A little bit rough command in places where, like with that ball, that white hit, that was just absolutely blistered and put in the wrong location. And same can be said for this one.
Out into the right field, and it is going to get down and past the right fielder. Seals digs through second. Walters digging through third. Big turn. Throw from the second baseman. A late stop sign pulls him back to third.
What a throw over there at second base by Robbie Leslie.
And a huge double from Caleb Seals keeps the inning alive.
Like I said, he's hung a couple of those pitches, and it's been costly. Now you got a guy who's 2 for 3 on the day with infield hits as he hits the big justice emote.
So Ethan Gibson, who's been one of the more consistent hitters at finding the holes in the infield. As one, he went just to the left of the shortstop, that he put one deep in the 6 hole. He's able to get a hit on. He's looking for his 3rd hit of the game.
As
And
Gibson hunts the first pitch.
Center. The two outfielders converging, running into each other. Someone made the catch for the final out of the inning. We head to the 8th as the Bombs looking to get back in this one. 3-1 in favor of the Spider Monkeys here in the 70th annual Del Rice Championship game.
We welcome you back here for the 70th anniversary Del Rice Baseball League Championship. We are here at Branch Rickey Park, home of the Shawnee State Bears, and leading off the inning is going to be Robbie Leslie, the second baseman, who made that exceptional throw to allow a run from not scoring. As here we go, George Arnett takes the hill for inning number 8 out of 9. Let's see if he can go to the distance. This is going to be a big inning to tell that story.
Yeah, neither team really has threatened thus far. Both teams have threatened the last few innings and not able to kind of push the runs across. Spider Monkeys have stranded, I think, 4 in the last 3 innings. Bombs have stranded 3 in the last 3 innings. You can see the fatigue starting to get to these pitchers. This is the furthest either one will have gone all year. Both have thrown complete games this far, but now if you want that complete game, you're gonna need the extra 2 innings of work.
Arnett winds, kicks, deals, pounds a fastball in there early against Leslie. And just like that, it's an 0-1.
Yeah, that's the spot that Carl Bradley has been hitting on that outside edge, especially with his off speed.
And swung on and missed once again. Goes back to the fastball.
Yeah, not messing around one bit. Really attacking the zone here.
The 0-2 pitch. You got to know what's coming. Another fastball, but it's just on the outer half.
Yeah, just held onto that ball just a half second too long. Wasn't able to execute it.
Arnett deals a nasty curveball in there for strike 3, swinging.
A beautiful pitch out on the edge, able to strike him out.
And now it'll be Alex Mead. Got on base via an error at second base last time on a bloop. And then it'll be Kyle Louderback on deck. This could be their last stand right here in the 8th. They need something.
Yeah, down 2 runs in this low-scoring game. Spider Monkeys have played pretty good defense. Even though they did pick up the error early in the game. They have been very consistent throughout.
The 0-0 swung on and missed. Nasty breaking ball.
Nasty breaking. Arnett, after struggling in the middle innings to execute some of the pitches he wanted, he has looked fantastic, especially these last 2 innings. He's been landing the pitches where he's wanted to. And another inside breaking ball.
Meade's going to try and beat it out here, but he will be out.
Beautiful pick by Landon Jones over at first. Jonah Gibson will give him a bit of credit after he skips that one over. Jones picked it like it was no problem over there at first.
Yes, great play over there at first base by Jones. Now it would be Kyle Louderback up to the plate. Got this party started with a hit in the earlier innings in the 4th.
Yeah, it was the first hit of the game, and the Bombs have been pretty consistent about getting guys on base every inning. Look out.
That fastball just a little bit low right there.
Yeah, ran inside Louderback. He's crowding the plate.
Doing anything he can to get to the top of the order. This top of the order is capable of hitting, but they just haven't yet. The 1-0. Nasty breaking ball in there, and that is fouled off.
You can see he kind of went in like it was swung on it early like it was a fastball. Had to adjust halfway through his swing just to foul that one off.
Arnett shakes his catcher twice. Gets the nod of approval, and the wind to kick the pitch in the 1-1. Fastball driven over to short. Louderback is going to be out. Oh. Close play right there, and we will head to the bottom of the 8th. The Spider Monkeys, another shutout inning.
We'll be right back here at Branch Rickey Park for the bottom half of the 8th. Welcome back to 70th Annual Double Rice Championship here. 3-1, the Spider Monkeys lead over the TCC Bombs. Carl Bradley back out on the hill for his 8th inning of work. And the Spider Monkeys, if they are able to hold on to this lead, this would be their last time at bat. So looking to add some insurance here. They'll need some production from the bottom of the order to do it. It'll be Jonah Gibson, Landon Jones, and Braden McGuire. Do up Boone Gibson, the 9-hole hitter, if they can get to him here in this 8th inning.
I'm very excited to see how the Spider Monkeys respond here. If they just put up a run or two, that could be the difference. You know, in the 9th inning, nerves get a little bit in George Arnett showed a little bit of fatigue early in the mid innings, but it hasn't really since. But anything can happen. It's baseball.
Yeah, there's no indication. I don't see anyone warming up down in that bullpen area. Down the
Oh, these fellas are going the distance.
So it seems like both guys will be going the distance. No more baseball after this summer.
So you got to leave it all out there, as that is sliced into right field, and that'll be foul.
Would like to say it's a beautiful backdrop here at Branch Rickey Park. The hills in the background, and they've added the Bearcat batter eye as well, or the Bears batter eye out there as well. Breaking ball misses high, 1-1.
They've done a really great job with the field, and it's just going to keep getting renovated more. And also with Spartan Stadium being the new home of the Shawnee State Bears as well, that's going to be pretty cool. Yes. I'm excited to see what they do with it.
Shawnee State making the move as that one drops into the edge. Shawnee State making the move to Division II as of the next 26-27. And then not long after, the Bears football team will make their debut.
As that one is absolutely laced in a diving effort by Evans.
Past the diving Drew Evans and Jonah Gibson able to pick up a leadoff single. And that is exactly how you want to start the inning if you are the Spider Monkeys.
Great piece of hitting right there. That was absolutely laced over there. Now you got Landon Jones coming up to the plate.
And Jones struck out in his last at-bat and rounded out in his earlier at-bat. Looking to find some outfield grass here to add some insurance. And that one gets past the catcher, sliding back, fires it down to second, not able to get the runner. Might go down as a pass ball as Gibson is able to reach second.
Yeah, pass ball right there on the mistake by Richards, but you just cannot let any more runs get across here. No outs and a man on second. This doesn't look good for the Bombs, as that is going to be a
on the bunt. He's not able to get it down.
Great job there by Richards, being ready for a potential steal to third. I like the idea of bunting. One run could change this game significantly.
1-1 count now. Jones looks like he's going to be ready to swing now. Now he'll lay down the bunt. He's not able to keep it fair. Goes foul, 2-1, or 1-2.
That's got to be frustrating right there, trying to move your guy over, and you can't do the job. Now you're going to have to swing away here. And just missing bunts, that just takes a little bit of momentum, knowing that you didn't get the job done. Bradley trying to put him away right here.
Jones behind in the count, 1-2, and Bradley, another one gets away. A little bit of indecisiveness from Jonah Gibson up at second. He won't take the extra bag. He'll just scamper on back to second.
Gibson was the one that got into the rundown last time.
Eighth inning here. Obviously the deepest anyone has gone in Del Rice this year, with the games only being played to 7 innings usually. Big swing and a miss. Landon Jones goes down swinging.
Big strikeout right there. Like I said, when you miss 2 straight bunts like that, it takes the life out of you. Not just you and your team. Even if you have the lead, just not getting a bunt down, that has to stink right there. But now you got another bat, and Braden McGuire coming up to the plate.
McGuire reached on a walk earlier. And he will take ball 1 just low. One out here in the 8th inning. Spider Monkeys lead 3-1 in the Del Rice Championship. Braden McGuire at the plate. Jonah Gibson out on second base, trying to add some insurance. And inside part of the plate breaks the breaking ball off. 1-1 count. And it appears a pinch hitter might be getting up in the on-deck circle for Spider Monkeys. That one's hit in the air. Down the line, over is the right fielder, and it lands fair. Braden McGuire comes up with the big hit. Jonah Gibson tears through third.
And McGuire's going to go 3.
McGuire heading 3, and it is into the plate. An RBI triple in the Del Rice Championship. Some big insurance from Braden McGuire.
If I say so myself, that might have been the dagger right there, Gavin.
Braden McGuire finds some insurance. First run to cross the plate since the first inning.
And TK Sparks, the legend himself, will come up to the plate.
And TK Sparks will be the pinch hitter
in the championship game.
In the championship game, he'll hit for the 9-hole hitter, the center fielder, Boone Gibson. TK Sparks on the year, 23 at-bats. He's only found 1 hit. However, he's walked a couple of times, 3 walks. He's been hit by 2 pitches as well. Kicks and deals, and Sparks pops that one up. That is going to land in front of the first baseman. Sparks digging down the first base line.
Just like that, 2 away.
He's able to put a hard 90 in there.
If I'm McGuire right there, I'm sprinting.
McGuire, he took a couple steps thinking about going. He was able to beat out the triple, but TK Sparks not able to find his first RBI of the year. Or no, he had an RBI earlier in the year on his 1 hit. I stand corrected.
Now, George Arnett.
Top of the order, George Arnett. McGuire staying at third.
Arnett has a chance to help himself.
Yeah, Arnett able to help himself. He's able to find a way to get McGuire home from third. Kicks and deals, and that is outside. Ball 2. It can be deflating this late in the game to give up a run, especially when you're trying to fight back to get into it. But great resilience, too, by the Spider Monkeys to not get discouraged and not finding any run production. That one's dropped in first. Not finding any run productions for 7 straight innings. Able to find some insurance here in the 8th. Just trying to make it a little easier for Arnett to close this game out. Bradley the pitch. Two-seam catches the edge. 2-2.
Arnett not happy with that one.
2-2. 2 outs here in the 8th inning. And Arnett will call time. Wants to have a little think about this last pitch. McGuire staying close over at third. Kicks and deals. And it hitting the ground. Arnett digging hard, and it's going to eat up the shortstop. He's not able to make a play. An RBI infield single for George Arnett.
Yeah, that's a rough one right there. I don't know if I would score that as a single. I
even think if he fields it
That's close, though, because Arnett is very fast.
Arnett beats it out nonetheless.
Arnett is very fast, yes. And Arnett helps himself out right there. 5-1 game.
It'll make it a 5-1 game, and now the catcher, Brian White, will have to come up and hit. Takes him a second to get the catcher's gear off. And White had a loud single in his last at-bat, looking to continue this 2-out rally from the Spider Monkeys.
Let's see if White can put some salt in the wound right here and just keep it going.
Yeah, the pitcher added some insurance with the RBI infield hit, and that one's going to miss inside, ball 1. A 1-0 count, 2 outs here in the 8th. And White will lift that to center. Retreating is the center fielder. Still going back, and he makes a leaping catch.
Nice catch there by Heath. And we will go to the top of the 9th. The Spider Monkeys just need 3 outs to become Del Rice Baseball League champions. We'll be back after that.
Yeah, we'll be back here on River City Sports. outs away from crowning a Del Rice champion here at Branch Rickey Park. We want to thank the championship sponsors here: Port City Pub, Bob Blue Tires, Toro Loco Mexican Restaurant, Cotto Financial, Jenkins Sunco in Sideville, Nittles Automotive, Hickey's Old Fashioned Hamburger Inn, Jeepers Cheapers, and the People's Bank. 3 outs away from crowning a Del Rice champion here, as George Arnett looks to go the distance after giving himself some run support, along with the designated hitter Braden McGuire hitting a triple out to right field to extend the Spider Monkeys lead from 2-4, making it a 5-1 ball game here tonight.
Let's see if Arnett can shut him down. This is the top of the lineup. You got Tanner Richards, Caleb Nichols, and Drew Evans. You're facing the big 3 of the TCC Bombs, but you got a 4-run advantage here in the top of the 9th.
Yeah, they're going to make him earn it. Arnett working from the windup, and he's not able to snap off the breaking ball. Misses for ball 1.
Tried a breaking ball right there to get Richards off balance right there, but almost ends up hitting him. Now Arnett kicks and deals.
Looks in, and that one beautiful on the edge. Gets strike 1.
Beautiful pitch right there. And now the 1-1 pitch from Arnett, incoming to Richards.
Arnett turns and burns. In there, strike 2.
Looking at the breaking ball once again, Richards yet to take a swing in what could be his final at-bat of the season. Arnett, a wind, kick, and deal. Fastball just outside. And it is now 2-2.
Not able to land the fastball on that one.
2-2 pitch from Arnett right here. He winds, kicks, and deals once again. And the breaking ball is hit over to third base. Richards trying to run it out. And the throw will be tagged over at first base. And that's 1 away. 2 outs away from crowning a champion.
Landon Jones has played a great game over at first base. He has had a couple nice picks on a couple throws. He had the leaping put out earlier where he was able to get his foot back down. And then right there, even when he gets pulled off the bag, he's able to apply the tag on the runner.
Landon Jones is just an absolute brick wall over there at first base.
He's done a great job, and it's something that can be taken for granted at some points. We got 1 out here in the 9th.
Nichols swings early.
Out in front of the breaking ball, still able to foul off. Off the front part of the bat.
Now Arnett with an 0-1 advantage, looking to continue cruising. The pitch, and it is now 1-1. He took a lot off of that ball.
Again, just came out of his hand early, kind of like the old-fashioned Kershaw missed curveball high.
Yep.
Oh, and he comes back with some heat.
Clayton Kershaw's my favorite pitcher. It's funny how you say that. Love that guy.
All-time great.
Yep, he did really good last night in Tampa Bay. The 1-2 from Arnett. Got him swinging with the slider, and they are 1 out away from a Del Rice championship. Being the runners-up last year, wearing new uniforms this year might have made the difference, transferring from WE contracting to the Spider Monkeys. Now 1 out away, and it's Drew Evans that stands in the way of their championship dreams.
Drew Evans, the shortstop, has made a few nice plays out there. And Arnett, he's going to look to put it away here. Kicks and deals. Sidearm, and Evans trying to lay down a bunt. I think Brian White caught it.
Is that gonna?
That's a foul tip.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Foul tip. It's not. The ball wasn't popped up or anything.
Evans trying to bunt with 2 outs in the 9th, down by 4. An interesting move here. Let's see if he does it again. 0-1 the count, and the advantage of George Arnett. Evans steps back in.
Put it away.
The 0-1. Bunted down the first base line, and that is going to be foul. Now you got to swing if you're Drew Evans.
0-2 count. Arnett ahead. Has a chance to win the championship here on this pitch.
Arnett.
And a strong battery between him and White throughout this game.
For a complete game, 1 run. The 0-2 from Arnett. Just high. And it is now 1-2.
Evans wanted that one.
So bad.
He lifted his hands, wanted to go after it, was able to hold back on it.
He doesn't go fishing for the birds right there. Now the 1-2.
Arnett shakes White.
The pitch. inside, and it hits Evans, and he gets on base in the grittiest way possible.
Tried to snap off the breaking ball, not enough break on it, and it'll catch Evans on the left shoulder.
Now it'll
There's
come
still
down.
life.
Now it'll come down to the rookie Nathan Heath with the championship on the line.
Made a great play in center to end the 8th inning. Had a ball that just kept carrying out towards center. He's able to make a leaping catch on it.
Yeah, that was a great play there by Heath. But now the 0-0 from Arnett to Heath, and that one's just high.
Arnett trying to stay settled in here.
I mean, he's pitched in a lot bigger games than this. I don't think it's nerves that are getting to him. As Evans is just going to walk to second base and easily steal it, as that is a called strike one.
Yeah, defensive indifference there. Not worried about the runner at all. Arnett continuing to work from the windup. And it seems like he's going to just do it for third again.
And he steps off.
Now, he'll let him get off as much as he wants, but he's still got to keep him honest there.
And Evans will steal third, and that is going to be high. It's 2-1. Smart job there by Evans. And I don't know why he's not going out of the stretch. I mean, I know a run doesn't do too much, but
Yeah,
still.
He's just trying to stay focused on the batter, not worried about the runner.
As that one is hit over into right, and that's going to be out of play. They are down to their final strike in a 2-2 count.
Jones tracked that one, wasn't able to get over to it. Now Arnett has, again, down to the final strike, trying to put him away.
This could do it for the championship as Arnett has the ball in his hands. The 2-2 pitch. Just outside, we got a full count.
I gotta imagine he'd come back with a fastball here. He's been
Oh, yeah, I'm firing one in there as hard as I can.
he has been trying to
If I'm
pair that
Arnett.
fastball off of that breaking ball.
Arnett, wine, kicks, and deals. That one is fouled away.
He did come back with the fastball.
Keeping everyone on the edge of their seats right now.
He came back with the fastball. Heath was ready for it, was able to foul it off.
And now Arnett with the game in his hands once again. The full count pitch, excuse me. Evans trying to steal home. Will go back, and that one hits him again with the full count. Arnett, oh my goodness. And now up to the plate is going to be who else but Carl Bradley.
Yeah, Carl Bradley, the other pitcher, he's gone 8 innings himself. And now he has a chance to try and get in it. And now there's going to be a bit of a conference here from the Spider Monkey infield.
Literally 1 out away, and you got guys on the corners here. Even if Bradley gets into one over the fence, you still got a 1-run lead. So nothing really to worry about here. And you're 1 out away.
Yeah, I think
1 out away.
I'd imagine they're going to stick with Arnett here. Just 2 pitches that just missed the mark.
Both in full counts too, and hit by pitches.
Yeah,
Making sure they don't.
He tried to come back with that same pitch that he was trying to get on Evans, that backdoor slider. And now he's going to try it again. Runners on the corners.
The crowd
in the ninth.
The crowd getting a little bit amped up for Arnett, trying to motivate him here. Guys at the corners here for Carl Bradley. Coming out of the stretch this time. Breaking ball inside, called strike 1.
He's able to catch the edge on it a little bit. It looks like a change up there.
Beautiful pitch right there. Arnett coming out of the stretch once again. The 0-1. Fastball hummed in there just above the zone, and Arnett cannot believe it.
Not quite sure where that one missed. Maybe a little high, but Arnett really liked that pitch.
Yeah, that's a great location right there. 1-1. Arnett hums a breaking ball in there. That's strike 2. And it'll come down to Carl Bradley. Pitcher versus pitcher.
For the third time in this inning, down to their final strike.
Guys at the corners. Arnett ready to deal here. From the stretch. The wind, the kick, the pitch. That one is fouled away. 2-strike approach by Bradley. Well done right there.
Yeah, just trying to battle it off. They've already seen it twice this inning that Arnett just not able to land that final pitch. Trying to make him, they're going to make him earn it.
And now Arnett in a 1-2 count. From the stretch, the pitch incoming. And that one is put in play over to second. It's an easy layup play. And your Spider Monkeys are the Del Rice Baseball League champions of 2025.
George Arnett goes the distance.
And George Arnett throws his hat up in the air celebrating. You
Once
got to
again,
feel relieved.
We will thank the sponsors: Port City Pub, Bob and Floyd Tires, Toro Loco, Cottle Financial, Jenkins, Sunco inside of Niddles Automotive, Hickey's Old Fashioned Hamburgers Inn, Jeepers Cheapers, and the People's Bank. So thankful that we were able to come out here and do this game. It was a great contest. Malachi, I had a great time doing this.
I had a
with you.
great time as well. Hopefully we can commentate again.
Of course, the Spider Monkeys win the Del Rice Championship here, 5-1 over the TCC Bombs. Thank you to everyone here involved, umpires, players, the commissioner, and everyone who can make this happen. We appreciate it. Here from RCSM, I am Gavin Race.
And I'm Malachi Roselle.